Thanks, folks. Walking up here, I was drawn to that quality on the wall. We are changed. And what a grand quality. Life gives learning. And learning gives life. It can lead us from where we were or are to where we never thought we could be. Simply learning can transform us. It can change us. That's what it's done for me. Indeed, my name is Devon, and I'm a graduate of Athabasca University. And for the past few years, I'm so honored to travel about, interacting with folks from Iqaluit to Inuvik, from Prince Albert to Prince Rupert, and from Dawson Creek to Dawson City. And we've been talking about learning, about change, about transformation, about post-secondary education, and of course about Athabasca University. And the essence of Athabasca University can really be summed up in one statement, one notion, one philosophy, one purpose, and that's revealed in its mission: to break down barriers to university-level studies. Whether those barriers are educational, financial, geographical, social, cultural, the university is committed to breaking down barriers. And we do that in two key ways. First of all, by serving as Canada's Open University. And second of all, by being Canada's leader in distance and online education. As Canada's Open University, Athabasca University has one admission requirement, and it's a very simple one. I know many of you folks know what that is. The only admission requirement at Athabasca University is that a student must be 16 years of age. That's it. No other admission requirements in place. Courses start every month. There's no competition, virtually no deadlines, and virtually no waiting. Admission to beginning and finishing university education in your community, in your home, can be that simple. As Canada's leader in distance and online education, Athabasca University allows you to study anywhere, anytime, at any pace. And we've been doing this for decade after decade after decade, one more, after decade. Currently, the university serves around 38,000 students. They're studying in about 90 different programs and about 750 different courses. These range from undergraduate certificates to bachelor's degrees to master's and even to doctoral degrees. These can all be done in your community, in your home. Indeed, life gives learning, and learning gives life, and it can transform us. My name is Devon, and I, like thousands and thousands and thousands of others, I'm a graduate of Athabasca University. And of course, if you're also a graduate of Athabasca University, or if you or your children, or some of the folks you've known, have engaged with Athabasca University, I would love to hear about how education affects, how it changes, how it transforms individuals, families, communities. Now, given that there is such a vast expanse of programs, and that the questions for Dawn were just absolutely spectacular, and I will repeat them, Ken, I would now like to open it up for any questions. Yes? The courses start every month. The only deadlines, so we don't have a semester-based system with our individualized study courses. We do ask, and it was virtually no deadlines, we do ask that you have your applications in by the 10th of the previous month. So for example, if you'd like to start on January the 1st, well, let's say December the 1st, we would need your paperwork by November the 10th. Okay, but you choose the month when you want to start. Does that make sense? And the question was about deadlines. Is it better late than? Yes. Thanks for the question about costs related to the courses in comparison to other universities. And it is very similar to other publicly funded universities in the province. Right now, for an undergraduate course, a 3-credit course, our cost is about $650, which includes the textbooks. So it's very comparable. Typically, universities will have textbooks on top of the tuition. Ours is inclusive. In regards to RESP money towards courses, unfortunately I don't know anything about those. Thank you. Yes. In regards to equivalencies at the high school level, Athabasca University has open admission and all our courses are at the university level, so we don't, right? It's, well, yes. The question was about challenging, for instance, a first-year English course with Athabasca University and transferring it on to another university. And if we were to look at a first-year English course, and if the student were to end up with 3 credits, my understanding, and this is my understanding, is that we would then look at the transfer guide, and it would cross over. And I'm not trying to evade the question. I'm trying to just answer as truthfully as I know. The question is in regards to transferability, students who begin with Athabasca University and then transfer on to other universities. The university is really a pioneer as far as open education and distance education goes. In regards to transferability, the university is recognized throughout Canada, has vast accreditation, vast transferability, is also accredited in the United States. It was the first Canadian university to do so. So the transfer agreements are very, very comprehensive. It's very interesting as we look into the as we look into the dynamics of where the professors are located and the nature of an open and distance education. We work on what we call a tutor model, and so professors and tutors typically work from their homes, just as our students do. I work from our main headquarters in Athabasca. We also have locations in Edmonton, St. Albert, and Calgary, which we call learning centers. And these are places where students can write exams. Typically, what would happen with writing exams is we have an invigilation network that allows you to write those exams in the community. All of the professors do have graduate degrees. Doctoral degrees is the norm. So yes, this is not an industrial university as we may find in some of the for-profit models in the U.S. In regards to my own path at Athabasca University and the typical pathways for students related to lengths, my path, I began at a rural community college. And so I took a 2-year diploma, very similar to what one would take at NAIT and other community colleges in the provinces. Then transferred that into what was a Bachelor of General Studies degree, and then did a master's degree. And I'm now doing a doctoral degree all through distance education. And the second part of the question about the typical lengths, we have about almost 40,000 students. Most of our students are working adults and who are part-time students. However, there are also students who are very, very young, who have come from different pathways, We are a non-traditional university who is committed to that, which is committed to that mission of breaking down barriers. So it really, really, really depends. I was up in Whitehorse talking with a lady. She got her Bachelor of General Studies degree after 22 years. So, yes. In the sciences, in regards to labs, it's a little more difficult once we start getting into labs and practical components. Students can complete a Bachelor of Science degree through Athabasca University. There are labs in Athabasca, and I'm not going to attempt to answer how it works with other communities because I really don't know. But it is more difficult with the labs. We also have a Bachelor of Nursing degree, which of course has a very strong lab component. However, it necessitates that students first are transferring in and already have those practical components. So it is more difficult with the lab elements. Yes.
So theoretically, a 16-year-old could take a class at home just to see what it feels like, or how he or she does in it?
Theoretically, a 16-year-old could take a class at home, and practically 16-year-olds do take classes at home just to try it out.
And just one class?
Yeah.
Just the experience?
One class or an entire degree. We're very, very flexible. We're open. These are two of our strongest principles and guiding values within our organization. Yes, a student can take a course to try it out at 16. Hello. What did I take? I did a business diploma at a community college, and then I earned a Bachelor of General Studies. And a Bachelor of General Studies is basically 30 courses in anything. Well, there are parameters, but it's general studies, and it really aligns well with the practical learning assessment and recognition process with Athabasca University. So my motivation was just to get a degree so I could do a master's degree, and then ultimately a doctorate too. And it was a 3-year degree, and typically degrees are 4 years. Some degrees, typically applied degrees, are 3 years, and it's worked very well for me. I mean, I speak as an ambassador of education, and an ambassador that you can do university education in your community, and you can do it right now provided you're 16 years of age. I wasn't a great high school student, and I'm not suggesting that you are, that you aren't. But the point is, we're here to break down those barriers. Any additional questions? I really appreciate the strength and the quality of these questions, and the opportunity to speak about the message, the transformational potential of learning, so that we may be changed. Thank you.